Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. Once again, it is Sovereign Saturday. Sovereign men control their lives. Now, I've been doing this Sovereign Man videos for a couple years now, or something similar. And really, even in my regular videos, it's still that idea of a man having control over his life. That's the central theme about a sovereign man. That, some groups might talk about, not being exempt from some laws or something out here. That's something totally different. But it just means you have control over your life. You have control over what you can control directly, which is ultimately yourself, but then you got leverage otherwise. You want to be in a position where you have options. And a lot of people will still come on Sovereign Saturdays and talk about women. So let me give you that a little bit. You want to have options. You don't want to have to settle for a woman, especially if she might be dysfunctional or bad for you. You want to have options for women. But in order to have options for women, you have to get yourself together. Because the only way you're going to have options, you got to build yourself into the type of man that women want to get with. More women want to get with. You ain't going to get with every single one, but more women want to get with. But here's the thing. When you're building yourself, you're not doing it for women. You're doing it for yourself. You're doing it for yourself. So even when I say talk about body game, really, that's for your own health. You want to be in the best shape. You need to be in a certain amount of health. You want to be healthy enough to have the strength to do the things you need to do to move through this world with authority. And then let's be real. Yeah, I've said several times, hey, you don't need money to get women, but you need money to feed yourself. You need to be in a position where you can get that money. Part of being sovereignty is getting the skills, whether through formal education, self-education, certification, in order to have the skills to really go out and make money. Like you can have, the jobs are out there, but you got to have the skills for it. And if you're talking about making more than bare minimum, okay, the more skills you have, the more you make, especially if you're talking about a business, which I highly recommend every single man develops a business. But then you have control. And especially with a business, one of the things, I got control over my time and what I do because I don't work for anybody. I can go a month without putting up videos. There's nobody forcing me to. Yeah, it wouldn't make the same amount of money, definitely wouldn't. But I have that option. And then I also have the option of doing even more. Like no matter what you do, whether you have a career, or you want to have a business, you just want a regular job. You need to have the options. Okay, like the job thing. You don't want to be in a situation where you have to put up with crap on a job. You don't want to have to put up with crap on a job just because it's the only thing you can get. You want that option. You want that option to say, hey, you know what? This is crappy. I'm getting another job. Boom, you got it. Or even if you on a job, you want that option to say, oh, well, hold up. Yeah, I need to treat me a certain way. I need this, this, and this. I don't get it. I'm walking. You need that option. You don't want to see too many men are forced to be on a job if they even have a job. Because they might not have the skills. They didn't work to develop the skills to actually go out and make money. And then I talk about having your own space. One of the things when a man has his own space, that's his domain. That's his domain, no matter what. That's his space. Even if he's renting from someone. Because ultimately, most people, even if they buying a home, most men don't have a pay for a home, but you still have the option. You still have control. You still have leverage. Even if you're renting someplace, you got leverage, because you can always say, well, you know what? I don't like this place. You got leverage to leave. You want to be in that position. It's about having as much control as possible. And as I said, that really starts from yourself. You got 100% control over yourself. Yeah, when you're dealing with the rest of the world, hey, it can be a negotiation, but even then you still want leverage. But you start with yourself. If you want to work out, Boom. You have the choice of doing that. You need to get that certification, education, or self-education to get the type of job you want or to work on a business you want. You have control over that. Nobody can stop you, especially in this day and age. Especially, like, let me talk about that self-education thing. You got access to all types of knowledge. I never forget when I had a friend who was dealing with he had a business, international business at that. He was making international deals and everything. He had to do his taxes. He actually went to a library, got a book on taxes specific to his business, and was able to take care of some stuff. But he had control, like a library card can get you a long way, and Google is your friend. That gives you some leverage, that gives you some control. But you have control over yourself, which means you can live life according to your will. And that's ultimately what I'm teaching. Just being able to, you can live according to the way you want to live. You're working, job, career, business, in what you want to do. You dealing with women on your terms. You're not forced to deal with some bad woman or forced to do things you don't want to do just for her attention and everything, because you developing yourself to the point you can get multiple women. Multiple women are showing interest because of who you are. And then you got a choice on who you're going to deal with. Like, let me just say one more thing about that. I've talked many times about women choosing, but I also said a man has to choose them back. So no matter who chooses you, you got power there because you can choose them back. It's just that simple. So you want to work. That's my whole point. You want that freedom. And you want to be free to be who you are. You want to be free to be on your mission. And then whoever you deal with, they need, whether it's a woman, whether it's just friends, whatever. You want to be in a position where all of them are in cooperation with your operation. And if they're not, you have the option of not dealing with them. Because that's ultimately what it's about. Being a sovereign man is about your personal freedom, your options, control where you can, leverage in other places. You don't want to be in a position where you are totally under someone else's control. You got to deal with them for whatever. Like, how many guys are living in situations where they don't have control or some leverage, or they on a job that they don't like, if they even have a job. And let me be clear on that. Some people will say, well, I don't want a job. That's my sovereignty. Okay, well, if that's the case, where are you staying? Where are you eating? What are you eating? You living off of somebody else's charity. That's not sovereign. You want to live totally under your own control. All right? So anyway, I want y'all to really think about that, all right? And I'll get back with you. So keep rising to become the sovereign man that you're meant to be. Peace and blessings.